Hi, well, I'm back home and I have been back home for a full week. And I'm sorry I'm only catching it with you now. But there's a couple of things I wanted to try out actually before I spoke to you. And one of them was going back to that kind of Western lifestyle and seeing what impact it had on me, which has been good, a bit good and bad really. So I got back last Monday and I was travelling from 7:30 Sunday morning. So I've had quite a bit of jet lag this week. However, I've had so much energy, more energy than I've had, well, for years. That's how I feel. And it is energy. It really is energy. I've had bad jet lag where I've been waking up very early in the morning, like 3 o'clock, or then it went to 4:30, then it went to 5:30. But I've not been in bed like thinking, oh, I need to go back to sleep at 5:30. I'm up straight up and been doing things in the house and things. Kind of energy, which I keep surprising myself. Cleaned all my cupboards out, done loads of stuff in the morning. Before 8 o'clock. So that's been really, really good. I've not had any night sweats at all. I've not had one night sweat for 21 days, which for me is not heard of for all this year. What we in May. So that's been really, really good as well. However, I did go back onto a Western diet, and as I was explaining before, the kind of principles of this kind of Ayurveda lifestyle is all to do with your digestive system, which is logical really. And like when you do raw, like I've done a lot of raw, it's based on the same principles where your digestive system is your function of your body and it's your health and well-being and everything else. And if it's not working right, that's when you get illnesses or ailments and things. So to keep it the best will keep you at your best. So even though you've got menopause symptoms, if you keep your digestive system healthy, they will subside, if not disappear, but they will definitely subside, which they have. So there's a lot of truth in that. The one thing is, I last time I went for a poo was the Saturday before I left, and it got to like Wednesday and I'd not been for a poo, which means my digestive system wasn't working properly. Probably the shock of going back to a Western diet, even though I'd not really eaten kind of different. I eat a lot of veg and stuff anyway. I'd had things cold. I'd had wine. I think I might have had a beer. So Thursday I woke up and I thought, right, or Wednesday, I woke up anyway one of these days and I thought, right, I've got to drink loads and loads of warm water. And I don't mean room temperature water, I mean warm water, but warm enough where the glass is a little bit hot, but you can guzzle it, because I like to guzzle water. I believe that, and if anybody knows anything about the in-sync diet, it's very similar. That if you drink water, sip water throughout the day, it's like that, isn't it? You're just putting water into your body. If you put in volume, maybe a litre and a half of water in kind of one sitting, your cells will be like that. So you plump out all your cells rather than just drip feeding them, so they never really go to their plumpest. So I believe in that kind of theory that you should drink water in sittings rather than sip throughout the day. So I was drinking about 2 pints of water, warm water, and when you drink warm water, I don't know if you've done, when you drink cold water and you're thirsty and you quench quite quickly. But when you drink warm water, you probably have to drink a pint of water to get that quench. So it's good because you can drink quite a lot more. And as soon as I did that, I started movement. I had bowel movement, thankfully, on Thursday. But we could say, well, you've gone from Saturday to Thursday. Obviously, you were going to pop if you didn't go. But I remember once travelling down the west coast of Malaysia, 11 days before I went to the toilet. And when I went, it was the size of a marble. So that's not necessarily true. You're going to pop after a few days. Even after 11 days, I didn't pop. So I absolutely believe that my system needs this warmth, this kind of warm food, warm drink, and anything else will slow it down. And this is why I get this kind of not going to the loo regular. So since I've gone back on the warm water, I've virtually gone every day, even twice some days since Thursday. So I know I'm back into it. However, I am realistic and I am 50. And like I keep saying, and I use this expression all the time, I've earned my stripes to have a glass of wine if I want to have a glass of wine. So I am still going to drink. But I'll tell you the plan I'm going to do in a minute, and I'll tell you the reason why. I think the analogy is, if you look at our lives like you look at seasons, so we're all born, say, in spring, and we're all these little spring chickens, and spring's lovely, isn't it? And everything's changing in the world, and flowers are coming through the trees, and we see things, we pick things up as children, then our main bulk of our kind of living, and I mean living is summer, this kind of summer month that we do and live and have a great time and everything. And then when you get into your autumn kind of age, which is probably my age, being 50, you get into autumn, you kind of slow things down, or things are changing back. And then you get to winter when you get probably 70 plus, and that's kind of your winter months. If you look at that analogy, to me, I will never, ever, ever let age extinguish who I am. And I am summer, and I will stay in summer for as long as I can. And just because age is telling me something different, I now need to relook at everything I've done to carry on living that life as a summer life. Because we've all got that in us. We've all got that diva. We've all got male or female. We've all got that in us. We're just older and wiser. And society and behaviours and that conditioned view is telling us, yeah, but you're 50. And you go to the doctor and they go, yeah, but you're 50. And I feel like saying, 50? You should say, get your arse out, Simone. Get yourself a bike and get cycling, get some exercise. That's what doctors should be telling you. Not saying, yeah, but you've got to look at your age now. I'll manage my age. And if I feed it well and do everything else and all these menopause symptoms, I just think, you know what, I'll take you on. I'm going to embrace you all. I'm going to do the best for me to get me through the next couple of years. And if this is what I have to do, then this is what I'm willing to do, because I want to stay in summer. I don't want to hit autumn. And just because you're telling me I'm 50 and I should be hitting autumn, I don't care. My life, it's what I do. So I am going to be of that ilk, and that's my thought process on it. So, but I'm going to be realistic as well, like I said. So what I'm planning to do as of today, for 8 weeks, is take all these principles that I've learned from India on board to manage my menopause, perimenopause, to manage my way of life, to manage my energy in general, not just because I'm perimenopausal, just in general, to have that summer vibrancy about you. And I'm going to live like that for 8 weeks, and I'm going to test it out. I'm not going to live fully like that because it'd be impossible. I'd be bored and I'd want things, and I want to go out for a drink and I want to do things. So for 3 days a week, it doesn't matter what days they are, but for 3 days every week, I am going to eat vegetarian, eat vegan actually. Complete vegan, no eggs, no dairy, no nothing. Just my pure fruit and veg, all warm, no salads or anything. Obviously, I need to work out my complete proteins, because I'll be eating proteins that aren't complete, and because I'm training as well, I need to just work out how I'll get a complete proteins into that. Which it'll be easy. I just need to think about it. I'm not having a vegetarian day today. I started my vegan days on Tuesday, and then the other 4 days I'm going to eat fish, and I'm going to eat chicken. I'm not going to eat red meat. I'm not going to eat it every meal. I'm going to eat it once a day. So I'd probably have my chicken or fish in the evening. I might have my fish in the morning actually, because I do like a big high protein breakfast. I'm going to eat eggs. I'm actually practicing a salad curry at the minute that I'm making. I don't mean a curried salad, I mean a salad curry, because I can't eat salads as cold foods. So I'm going to put all that into play, and I'm going to test myself, and I'm going back to the gym. I've got my PT this month twice a week, and then I'm going to do 2 sessions on my own. If I've got the energy, this is the thing, isn't it, about having the energy that I haven't had. And I'm going to put it into practice for 8 weeks. And at the end of the 8 weeks, I'm going to see what's worked and what hasn't worked. I believe that if I do it in the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to get the best out of it. I'm not going to be craving for anything. If I want a glass of wine on a Friday, I'll have a glass of wine on a Friday. I won't have a glass of wine, though, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which I can do. I'll do it in very moderation. And also, if I've got something on at the weekend which is quite spectacular and I need to do something, like I'm out all weekend, I will go vegan for a good 5 days before that, and I'll go vegan a good 5 days after that to counteract it. So I will keep my digestive system moving and moving and moving. And if I'm not having night sweats, the other thing on Thursday when I hadn't been to the toilet is my boobs got really, really sore, where I was holding them all the time because they were just so sore. As soon as I went back onto the warm water and the warm food, honest to God, completely gone. It took a couple of days though, but they've gone. And normally anybody who knows with sore boobs, they can last a good week, 9 days of sore boobs whenever you get them. So pretty much so, I think it's been really successful for me. Would I go back? I don't know if I would go back, only because I think I've learned all I can learn at this moment in time. It's not going to change their ethos of anything. It isn't going to change. Would I like to look into anything else and see if it works for me? No, absolutely not, because I think that did work for me and I kind of understand it. And because I'm doing all my nutrition qualifications at the minute, it's really helped me with that as well, the kind of science behind it. I have changed all my oils to ghee, which I really, really like. I do count it in my calories though, because it can be really fattening. I found an organic supplier in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. I mean, obviously you can find them in the UK as well, but when I researched into it, I kind of like the ethos of this company. It was very organic, very grass fed, and they go back to that Ayurveda way of kind of making it. So I ordered from them. It worked out at £6.50 a jar, even with postage. So I bought a few jars of that. So I'm going to stick with that as well, because that, I believe, has made my skin a lot better as well. I brought some oils home from India, some home that I'm using as well on my body, that I used over there for my treatments. So pretty much I'm all right. I'm in a million. Would I recommend it to anybody? Because I'm in this really good space. Absolutely. I think if you are open to believing things, it made me laugh actually, because there was a woman saying that, oh, I like all this alternative medicine. I'd call it original. It's the original medicine, isn't it? It's not alternative. It's the original medicine. It's where it all came from. There's a lot of science behind it. It's not kind of made up, another fad. It's like ghee. Somebody was saying, oh, is that the latest fad? Well, I think that's been going, if it's not been going 5,000 years, it's been going 2,000 years. So it's not really a fad, is it? It's just something I choose to use now because I've come across it and seen the benefits of taking it and using it on my hair and my skin as well. So pretty much so I'm there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video once a week and tell you how I feel each week. I might even do some before and after pictures, just so we can compare. But I am seeing if I can beat the bulk of shitness for perimenopause with this 8-week thing that I'm going to do that works for me. And I'm happy to share along the way. I'm going to do some little hints and tips of some little cooking things I'm going to do. That's so easy. Instead of buying that almond milk that's got 4% almonds in it, 100% almond milk that you can make in a minute and a half, less than that. I'll do some little tips because there's a lot of people that don't know how to make almond milk and nut milk or any nut milk, and it's easy. It's so easy. It's so easy to do. So thanks everybody for following my journey. I will keep you posted once a week and just monitor how I'm going. If I've had any slip-ups, if I can't manage it. I am fully committed for 8 weeks. I can do anything. I can do anything for a month. So let's get to a month and then we'll decide on the next month. But, I could sleep on a washing line for a month if I had to. So I'm committed to doing that. So I welcome you to come on board and follow my journey. And if anything helps, if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, thanks. Bye.